Well, when, like we talk about how the universe or God or whatever it is you want to believe in, fate, whatever you want to call it, intervenes sometimes, that someone's put back in your path or in your path for the first time. And I truly believe that our paths had to cross at that point, because since they did cross, like I say, you've worked with me and I've worked with you. And recently I've just done Reiki level 1 with you, which was amazing. I'm loving that. So I'm still practicing that every morning, like a good girl. But the energy side of things like that are all relatively new to me in the last few years, because as a person that I worked in the corporate world in the end for 35 years, and I didn't understand about the mind-body connection. I lived my life in my head, like I think most people do, not necessarily in the corporate world, but anyone who's caught up in life, really. And this is where the stress treadmill comes in, doesn't it? It's like, oh, I've got to keep going, I haven't got time to think about anything. And this is what I teach in my group program, actually. It's all about getting people to understand that you cannot live your life in constant stress, because it will cause disease and you will get sick, whether it's psychological or physical. And I didn't know all that. Or maybe I did, but I ignored it, whatever. But I didn't follow it, put it that way. Was that the same for you when you was kind of working in the corporate world?
Yes. Now I would describe it as I was very much in my masculine energy.
Yes, I would. Yes,
because we're so
was.
focused, so driven, and we are maintaining this level of energy and performance that is very much linear and working in a masculine, I could call it a masculine way, but it's masculine energy, because masculine energy has like a 24-hour cycle. Women have a 28-day cycle, and our energy kind of does this. But when we're trying to work in a masculine way, that's how women can end up burning out. So we need to be very mindful, and it's challenging, because there's these expectations of us. But I was very much in my masculine energy when we were working together, and just after that as well. So it's really, I can see exactly what you're saying, how we can get in these, again, it's a pattern. And it's sometimes difficult to break out of that pattern and just carve out these little moments for ourselves where we can go inwards and think, how am I actually feeling today? What do I need to give to myself today, or this week, if not today? Like, the world is busy. We have busy lives. So,
we do.
and I've been fortunate enough lately, over the last few years, to really tune in more to what my body is telling me, what energy is telling me, So, I've been very lucky in that regard.
And I know, obviously, as I mentioned, that you're younger than me anyway, so you kind of understood a lot of this earlier on than I did. And I don't believe in regrets, but my only regret, if we were allowed to have them, would be that I didn't understand all this before, because I didn't start my journey until I got made redundant in 2020 in the middle of the pandemic, at 52. So it's taken me my 50s before I kind of started to get an insight into this. But since I have had that insight, it has actually transformed my life. And until you understand this and you realise that you're stuck, and that you might not even know what you're stuck with. That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Knowing that you need to make change, and that's the biggest thing to do, to know that something's not right, to know that there's elements of your life that you're not happy with, but you don't know how to change it, or you've tried it so many times, but you just can't seem to do it because your subconscious mind is not aligned. And you're fighting your 5% conscious against the 95 subconscious, and I always do that because it is your whole body, isn't it? And it's you can't fight it.
No, I do think that there is a growing awareness now. I mean, even the fact that I think a lot of places, they focus on wellness for their staff, and trying to incorporate some elements of wellness, just bringing that in, as long as it's not just lip service. It's actually, there's genuine consideration there for the people in that company. but it's creating that little bit of headspace. I think maybe people are starting to realise that people having this time for themselves to have a little bit of introspection when they need it, or making sure people are taking lunch breaks and things like that. I know you've interviewed someone about that and the importance of taking your lunch break, that kind of thing. When I was in corporate, when we were together, I didn't always take a lunch break. I'd sit at my desk.
Too busy, weren't you?
It's too busy. I'm too important, too busy.
That's what I always say. It's that too busy being busy mentality, isn't it?
Yeah, but we're not serving ourselves in that respect. So the more awareness that people are getting, I think slowly and surely more change is going to happen. It has that ripple effect, as you mentioned earlier, having that personal awareness to the others around us. And I think also we'll come at these things at different times, and there's not a start line and a finish line. We're all just kind of going at our own pace on our own journey.
Someone said to me once that the universe will give you nudges, and you take those nudges or you ignore them. And I believe I've had quite a few nudges now when I look back retrospectively, especially back in, I don't know, 15 years ago. You lose track of time, didn't you? Can't believe COVID was like so long ago now. But I don't know, a billion years ago, I trained for the council. I did that for 4 years, but I never actually went out properly. I did it as a volunteer for probably about 3 or 4 years, actually, until it became too much for me because I was working full time. But that was a huge, huge nudge to go and do it. But for whatever reason, I didn't. And then 2020, it was like, come on, we're going to give you another opportunity to do this, which fortunately I did carry on with. And I'm so glad I did, because every day I know that I'm doing what I love. And if I can help someone in any way and save their lives, then, because that's what it is, isn't it? And you know this from the work you do, that if you can unstick someone, become unstuck, whatever. Come on, I only got a few CSEs, give me a break. Then it makes such a difference in people's lives, doesn't it?
Yeah, I love it when I know that I've made even just a small difference. Like even just at the weekend, I received a message from someone saying, "Thank you so much. Your breathing technique helped me all through my birth, and I had a really positive experience." And I thought, oh, that's one person who's had a more empowered experience than I did first time round, which gives me kind of hope as well that their experience into motherhood will be much more positive than mine as well, my initial one. So
and that's the thing, right? Until I started getting involved in this, and don't get me wrong, I mean, I've still got a huge journey to go on of learning and discovery, but with the work that I'm doing with my clients now, as I've continued to work on myself and uncovered what I need to uncover, don't get me wrong, there's probably more to go, but my sessions now are at a whole new level, literally at a super conscious level, which is, the qualification that I've recently acquired, my diploma as super conscious hypnotherapist, which does, whatever, it doesn't matter, it's just words, right? But basically what it means is we're going deep, real deep,